Why does everything feel so weird? Ever since 2026, I wake up, I feel weird. I take a shower, I feel weird. I drive to work in the dark, alone, I feel weird. I'm at work, things feel off, I feel weird. I eat lunch. I try to focus on like checking out the news or my computer and I just feel uneasy. I can't settle in, so to speak. Everything just feels weird. I talk to coworkers, it feels weird. My weekends, I feel weird. I have a hard time falling asleep. I have a hard time waking up. And I don't know what the hell's going on. Is it just me? Does anybody else this year just feel weird? I can't even describe it. I just feel weird. Nothing feels normal anymore. Life doesn't feel normal. Going to the store don't feel normal. Going to work don't feel normal. Watching a movie with your family don't feel normal. Am I normal? Are you normal? What the hell's going on? Everything just feels awkward and just weird. I don't get it.
Hello, welcome back to our channel. Hope you're having a lovely day. Hello, I hope you watched and enjoyed the video that I just played right now. I understand that feeling he has. Take a deep breath with me for a second. If you're feeling weird, just like he stated in that video, if you feel this heaviness, this quiet anger, this frustration, this anxiety, this strange grief, you're not imagining it. Nothing feels the same anymore in America. Not the food, not the prices, not even the freedom, not the way we live, the way we work, or even breathe. And today we are going to talk about it. Not loudly, not recklessly, but honestly. Please, let's watch these videos.
Being an American right now is actually so fucking embarrassing. I mean, like, maybe it's been a little bit embarrassing before, but right now, especially, all the countries are looking at us like we are insane. I want y'all to know a lot of us that are here are not liking at all what is going on, okay? We're embarrassed, okay? And we're also a little bit scared of what's going on, too.
I'm happy to see how many creators are speaking out against what's happening right now in the US and the kind of political leadership we have. Rather than despair about what's going on, they're speaking out and trying to move us in different ways, be it through humor, logic, or poetry, to speak to our pain. These times have come to try us. It's okay to grieve, and it's okay to feel loss and pain, and we need to give space to these emotions, but we can't stop there. We need to stand up and speak.
America used to feel predictable. You could plan, you could budget, you could dream. But now, everything feels unstable. Let's start with fear, the kind that doesn't announce itself but sits quietly in the background. Immigration enforcement has turned from policy to panic. People are afraid to go to work. People are afraid to drive. People are afraid to even move around. People are afraid to go and get groceries. That's how bad it is. When did we get here? When did America get this way? Look at this video.
I genuinely do not know what to say about this country anymore. I woke up extremely disappointed and sad in what we have become. Every single day, I am seeing so many videos coming out of Chicago, some from people I personally know that live there, and they're showing us how brutal ICE is being to so many people in Chicago. And these aren't just stories that are being shared. These are real people. These people have real families back at home. You can hear the fear in their voices, and you can see the fear on their faces. Absolutely no one deserves to be treated like this. I've noticed that a lot of people who are for this like to say that this is law and order, but this is not. This is just plain cruelty. It is a complete disregard for human life. It is also a complete disregard for what this country is supposed to stand for. We love to say that we are the land of the free, but this is not what freedom looks like. This should be nothing that we are proud of, and it isn't something that we should make excuses for. We are supposed to be so much better than this, and I believe that in the future, we will be.
They're arresting kids. They are arresting children. I have seen videos today of a 4-year-old. I saw another news report today that 4 different students from the same school district in Minnesota have been arrested. How are these the worst of the worst? What are we doing? We are sitting here and letting children be arrested and put in places that we know there are allegations coming out about some of the things that are happening in those places. It is time to stand up and protect the children. Yes, all people, but the children are our most vulnerable. And they are being taken advantage of. And I want you to connect a couple of dots here. The same agency, the people that are in charge, are hiding the Epstein list. Where are these children going? What happens to them after they are disappeared? And why are we not all screaming our heads off about this? They are arresting children. Nuremberg trials are not going to be enough. Not when it all comes out. Go love your neighbor.
Let's face it, the United States is a failing nation. The actions of the Trump administration aren't actions of power, they're actions of desperation. The U.S. has been in decline for years, but now with the spray-tan Sultan in charge, the collapse of the U.S. is being expedited to its destructive end. The country has crippling economic debt that is unsustainable. You got tribal politics where winning is more important than governing. Wealth inequality, where millions are one emergency away from economic collapse, while the yacht-owning class tells everyone else, oh, things are improving. The credibility of the U.S. across the world is nosediving into a cesspool of corruption. The U.S. is eating itself while the world moves on. It now resembles Germany, not in 1942, but the years between 1933 and 1936, where the people still had a chance of reversing the events and stopping the regime from taking the country to its destructive end. The system is rigged and everybody knows it. Profit is more valued than human life, where healthcare, housing, food, and education are treated as revenue streams instead of necessities. None of this is sustainable, and ultimately, if left to those who are currently running the gong show that is America, it will bring the entire system crashing down. And whether it's done that way or by its citizens, maybe that's what needs to happen.
Entire communities are living in survival mode, not because they broke the law, not that, but because the rules keep changing. Fear has become a feature, not a flaw. Something as basic as food shouldn't feel like a luxury, but here we are. Meat prices have exploded. A simple trip to the grocery store right now feels like financial warfare. Meat, chicken, fish, small portions, shrinking portions, rising costs, lower quality. And no, it's not your imagination. It's happening real. Eggs don't feel the same anymore. They don't taste the same. They don't look the same. I'm talking about eggs right now. They don't look the same. They don't feel the same. They don't taste the same. They don't even last the same. Farm foods, once fresh, rich, full of life, now feel rushed, processed, and hollow. Speed over care, quantity over nutrition, profit over people. That's what we're experiencing right now. By eating more, we are being nourished less. Watch this video for a better understanding.
Has anyone noticed the quality of food going down in America? Like, sure, we don't have food dyes anymore, but I think I'm going to die from the produce. I've thrown up more times in the last 3 weeks than I have in my entire life. And so please tell me I'm crazy. But if I'm right, tell me what I got to do. I'll get some Tesla robot slaves. We'll start working on the farms. And if you're like one of those, you're a liberal, you're so sensitive, listen, I rebuke you in the name of common sense. If you're a scientist, if you're a nutritionist, if you're someone that has some inside information, please share.
Let's talk about restaurants. Remember when eating out felt so special? Now you pay more for less food, lower quality, and exhausted staff barely holding it together. Menus are smaller, ingredients are cheaper, prices are higher. Not because farmers suddenly became greedy, no, but because corporate middlemen did. This is corporate greed in its purest form, and it needs to be stopped. Record profits, record layoffs, record price hikes. When shall we say enough? All the while, wages stay frozen and benefits disappear, and then we'll do nothing about it. Watch this.
The quality of literally everything has gone down in the United States. Obviously, the quality of life, that goes without saying. But also the quality of all goods and services and activities. You go in the grocery store, not only is everything exponentially priced and less in the packaging that it used to be, but also the quality is garbage. Anywhere you go, any service you want to get done for yourself, like even if you just go to the bank, you go out to eat to a restaurant, I mean, you can tell that people don't want to work. And even if they do want to work, they are shot. People don't even look like they exist at work anymore, so they cannot possibly give you good service. I'm sure restaurant workers and service workers that get tipped are going through it, because who has money to tip? Now, if I couldn't tip, I personally wouldn't even leave the house, but I know a lot of people feel differently than that. But even activities, I mean, you go to an amusement park, it's like a barren wasteland. Fairs and festivals, absolutely not the same. Kids' activities, not the same. Flying, horrible. There's just truly nothing that is an enjoyable experience anymore. Leaving the house is dystopian nightmare.
You're told that inflation is the problem, but somehow corporations are thriving while households are suffering. Do you see the logic there? That's not economics, that's exploitation. And let's not ignore the emotional costs. People are tired, deeply tired. Not the I need a nap type of tired. It's the I don't recognize my life anymore tired. That's the kind of tired. Working harder, earning less, paying more, smiling through it because complaining feels pointless. The American dream didn't collapse overnight. It was slowly priced out of reach, especially by corporations. Healthcare costs climb. Housing feels impossible. Education, that one feels like death disguised as hope. And through it all, we are told to adjust, to normalize struggle, to accept less like the new standard. This isn't normal, and it shouldn't be. It should be unacceptable. See this.
America is falling behind. When an authoritarian regime attacks academia, science, news reporters, free speech, students, the best and the brightest leave. The same thing happened in Germany, in Russia, in Greece, and it's happening here. And this hurts the country because all of the talent is going elsewhere to help another country.
I totally agree with everything she said in that video. America is really falling behind because when things like this keep going on, things keep going wrong, people are left with no choice than to leave. And the bright minds, the ones that should build the country, will definitely have to leave because people want to live, people want to breathe, people want to feel alive again, people want to feel humane. They love being treated like humans, and that's what the system isn't providing right now. Too bad. What hurts the most isn't just the change, it's the silence around it, the pretending, the gaslighting. Things have really changed, and not for the better. America now feels colder, now feels isolated, now feels like a prison. It now feels more transactional, where survival has been replaced with stability, profits has been replaced with care, and now people have become numbers on the spreadsheet. Too bad. Let's read some comments and see how people reacted to this. At Robin Hood said, when a group in power places their ideology over the importance of truth, this is what happens. Unfortunately, many do not see that this has been an issue for decades. They are just aware of it now, that their opposition has control. It was wrong before when you supported it, and it is wrong now that you oppose it. Sounds like you are getting your just desserts. Someone said, America is a fascist dictatorship under the illusion of democracy. I totally agree with this particular point. Someone else said, in my personal beliefs as a young American, I feel like this country can't come back. The economy is failing. The government is at least 80% Republican. I'm 17, and as soon as I get the chance, I plan on leaving. Can you see that? We are too far. We are too far in to go back. Trump is planning to turn this country into an authoritarian dictatorship. The media is being silenced. As a matter of fact, a walkout was planned at my school, and it was claimed weapons would be handed out, and due to that, students who did walkout would be claimed to be armed and dangerous. Wow. I feel like none of my friends actually realized we are silenced, we are stopped. I'm not sure how many people actually went, but I know it wasn't many. Someone else said, thank you. Yes, it's weird. Nothing is the same. Can't even get up normally. Food is different. I am the most funniest person. I think like I love to laugh, I love to dance, and I used to have everybody laughing with me. Nobody's even like that anymore. Like very few. Even my parents are different. I don't even know what to say. Someone said, we are picking up the signals that the world is ending. It's almost game over. What you're feeling in your spirits trying to tell you our time is almost over. Christy said, everything feels off, yeah? Claire said, genuinely, I'm embarrassed. I just don't know what to do anymore. I'm trying to stay positive, but it feels kind of hopeless. Okay. Brea said, I've woken up disappointed every day since last November 4th. Wow. Someone else said, it's too sad. People have become so selfish and unintelligent, like they've truly forgotten why and how we were founded. This is what America has always been about. 100 years ago, the same actions were happening. The red hats are the white hoods. Wow. Someone said, I used to live in the USA for 10 years. I am so grateful I made it out. The USA is sick at the moment. It's beyond and so heartbreaking. Wow. Someone said, complete failure is necessary for the people to finally wake up from all sides of the aisle to fight back and take back power and wealth. Out of necessity comes rebirth. This country will not survive the next 3 years. All it will take is for blue states to stop federally funding and the house of cards will collapse. I'm looking forward to the gubernatorial election in California if a socialist wins. Fire. I go to work to do bare minimum to keep the job. My company gives me bare minimum, so I match the energy. Good. Even healthcare, I can't see any doctors or specialists for months. They all tell you to go to urgent care. It's frustrating. Someone said, quit my hourly to go to a tipping job. Had to go back to the hourly. So now I'm working 2 jobs, still broke, and people just do not tip good anymore. The system is broken. KJ said, everyone is tired and miserable. I feel like lockdown definitely made us realize this. So if you've been asking yourself, why does everything feel off? Now you know. Nothing feels the same in America anymore, and naming the truth is the first step to reclaiming it, because silence helps no one, and frustration, that's what sets in. Awareness, that's where the change begins. If this resonated with you, share it, talk about it, like the video, subscribe.